Okay, here we go. First one, Romans. Book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 18. If it is possible, as far as it is, depends on you, live at peace with everyone.
And so on your slip of paper, whether you're doing the full thing or not, we broke it down to work to achieve peace. Work to achieve peace. Again, that's the goal, right? I mean, unless you like turmoil, I guess there might be a few people that just really like the adrenaline flow or something.
Yeah, and we're not talking about situations where, and I'll be right up front, a lot of times if alcohol is mixed into the conversation, if too much alcohol sometimes creates even a situation that could be very volatile in a sense, okay? But we're not talking about that. We're talking about two sober-minded people coming together. If there's alcohol involved, no, we can talk about that. That's another class.
That's right. Okay, so the first principle is to work to achieve peace. The second one is found in Ephesians 4:26 and 27. In your anger, do not sin. Do not let the sun go down while you are still angry, and do not give the devil a foothold. So on your little sheet of paper, it's address the issue quickly so anger doesn't build. Key number 3 in terms of Bible verses, Philippians 2:3 and 4. This is key. It says, do nothing out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, but in humility consider others better than yourselves. Each of you should look not only to your own interests, but also to the interests of others. And on your sheet would just say, consider your spouse's perspective and what's best for them. And this is huge. This is, to me, one of the biggest points, because I don't like to consider Raul's perspective. I mean, I think we're right. It's like, they're annoying me, they're wrong, whatever you're thinking. And the last thing you want to do is slow down and go, well, let me try to view this through his eyes. What could be making him act that way or say that or do that or, whatever. But when we do that, wow, it changes the dynamics entirely, because there's probably a reason, even if it's just woundedness from the past or whatever, that's causing him to act that way or say that or do that or make that decision or whatever. And if I can just pause and try to see it from his perspective, that is huge. And the other part of that verse, consider others' interests, or others better than yourselves. Wow, again, it's like dying to self. That's such a popular notion, but it works in marriage. It works in marriage when I don't have to be the winner and I don't have to be right every single time, even though I really enjoy that. Then we can have reconciliation. Then we can have peace. So that verse is huge to me.
Number 4, the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 32. Be kind and compassionate to one another. Let me just repeat that in case you missed that. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as Christ, God, forgave you.
And on your sheet, that's forgive your spouse for being imperfect, because actually you are too, even though we don't see that.
Don't usually want to look there. We just want to go because I'm right, and that's the way it is.
And you're a moron.
Yes.
I've never thought that.
That's because I'm from Mars, right? Okay.
Am I doing the next one?
Yes, you
are. The next
are.
one. This is the last of the 5 keys. 2 Corinthians 10:5. We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ. And so on your sheet, examine every thought to see if it's truth or a lie from the enemy. And this is huge, isn't it?
It's very huge.
Because Satan is lying to us all the time. He's the one that's telling you, your husband will never change, or your wife doesn't even really love you or care about you, or all these things that take root, right? And if we don't actually pause and take that thought captive, it just starts spiraling, doesn't it? And pretty soon you're thinking like, yeah, I never should have married this person. And that's a common thought, because Satan wants you to think that thought. That's not from God. So we have to pause and actually take every thought captive and filter it and say, okay, Lord, is this true, or is this a lie from the enemy?
Our God is not a God of confusion or disorder. The Bible states that. The Bible is truth. I believe that. And if you believe it to be His Word and being truth, then it says that. Okay? So the lies, the best way of being able to discern without getting into a whole class about that, okay, because I'd probably make you guys fall asleep on that one. But I will tell you this, is that if it is not loving and kind, it doesn't come from the Lord.